My ultimate revenge to my bullies. My name is Mia, and I grew up in a small town where the sun rarely shone on the outcasts. From a young age, I was the target of relentless bullying. My classmates, led by a girl named Rachel, took pleasure in belittling me. They would call me names, spread rumors, and even physically intimidate me. I was the shy girl with thick glasses and a passion for art, an easy target for their cruelty. The worst moment came during my junior year of high school. I had worked tirelessly on a painting for the annual art show, pouring my heart into it. When I arrived at school that day, I found my artwork vandalized, covered in paint and insults. Rachel stood there, laughing with her friends as they filmed my humiliation. I felt like my world had crumbled. But that moment ignited something inside me, a fire that would not be extinguished. I swore that one day, I would rise above them all and show them what true success looked like. I began to channel my pain into my art, creating pieces that reflected my struggle and resilience. After graduation, I moved to a big city to pursue a degree in fine arts. I worked multiple jobs to support myself while studying, often staying up late into the night to finish assignments and create new artwork. My passion became my refuge, and slowly but surely, I started gaining recognition in local galleries. Then came the day that changed everything. I won a prestigious art competition that came with a $100,000 cash prize. It was more money than I had ever seen in my life. With that prize, I decided to invest in myself fully. I used the money to start my own art studio and gallery, Mia's Vision. It became a hub for local artists and a space for community engagement. As word spread about my work and the gallery's mission to uplift marginalized voices, sales skyrocketed. Within 3 years, I transformed my small studio into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. But even as success enveloped me, the memories of Rachel and her friends haunted me. They had gone on with their lives as if nothing had happened while I had fought tooth and nail to escape the shadows of my past. The thought of them living their ordinary lives while I thrived fueled my desire for revenge. I devised a plan, not just to confront them but to show them how far I had come. My gallery would host an exclusive exhibition titled From Pain to Power, showcasing pieces inspired by my journey. But this wouldn't just be any exhibition, I would invite Rachel and her friends personally. As the date approached, excitement mixed with anxiety coursed through me. Would they even come? Did they remember how they treated me? The night before the exhibition, as I stood in front of my most powerful piece, a self-portrait titled Resilience, I felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. The night of the exhibition arrived, and the gallery buzzed with energy. Guests mingled among the artwork while sipping wine and discussing their interpretations of each piece. When Rachel and her friends walked in, dressed in their designer clothes, it felt like time had stopped. They glanced around with an air of superiority until their eyes landed on me standing confidently at the center of the gallery. The shock on their faces was priceless as they realized this was my world now, not theirs. "Welcome to a From Pain to Power," I announced with a smile that felt both genuine and fierce. "Tonight is about transformation, how we can rise from our pasts." Their expressions shifted from surprise to discomfort as they began to understand what this night truly represented. And just when it seemed like everything was going according to plan. As Rachel and her friends stood frozen at the entrance of the gallery, whispers spread among the crowd about who they were and what they had done to me years ago. The atmosphere shifted, people began to connect the dots between their past cruelty and my present success. I took a deep breath and approached them directly. "It's been a long time," I said evenly, locking eyes with Rachel. "I hope you enjoy the exhibition." She forced a laugh but couldn't hide her discomfort as she glanced around at the artwork surrounding us, each piece telling stories of pain transformed into strength. "Wow, Mia," she said sarcastically, "this is impressive." But there was no conviction in her voice, she knew she couldn't downplay what she saw. I gestured toward Resilience, my self-portrait that captured not just sorrow but also defiance, a fierce woman reclaiming her power through art. "This one is particularly special," I said softly but firmly. "It represents everything you put me through." The crowd began to gather around us as whispers turned into conversations about bullying and redemption. People shared their own stories of overcoming adversity, stories that echoed mine, and suddenly it wasn't just about me anymore, it was about all of us rising together against cruelty. Rachel's bravado faded as she realized how many people were listening, how many had been affected by bullying just like I had been. Her friends shifted uncomfortably beside her, some even looked ashamed. I didn't know, Rachel stammered finally, her voice barely above a whisper. No, I interrupted gently but firmly. You didn't know because you never bothered to look beyond your own insecurities. The truth hung heavily in the air between us as silence enveloped our conversation. In that moment, everyone could see who she really was, a bully hiding behind her facade of confidence. But instead of lashing out or seeking vengeance through anger, I chose compassion, a chance for growth for both of us. We all have choices, I continued softly yet powerfully. You can choose to learn from this or remain trapped in your past. As Rachel's eyes filled with tears, something shifted within her, perhaps she finally understood what it meant to be held accountable for one's actions.